Let's take another quick call. Ben's an England fan. He wants to rant about Harry Kane.
Oh, here we go.
Morning, Ben.
Morning, Ben.
Good morning, gents. Great show.
Thanks, mate.
Good to talk to you, mate. The floor is yours. Have your rant.
I'm sick of hearing this drab about Harry Kane being world class. He is atrocious, overrated, and probably not in the top 10 England strikers of all time. England were better in the Euros when he wasn't playing. People can't argue with me. If people say he was injured, well, I'm sorry. As England captain, he should have gone, I'm not fit, don't play me. He continued playing. It's all about Harry Kane. I watched it the other night, and there was one point, he was the fourth person into the box when Rashford was crossing. Why is our number 9 not in the box? Why does he keep dropping deep? Is he that arrogant that thinks he can do a better job than Declan Rice and the other boys in the middle? He's so overrated. I don't know what the rave is about him.
Right, well, I don't need to defend Harry Kane, but I'm going to have a wee go, Ben. Right, but where I will agree with you totally, I would have left him out in the European Championships because I don't know if he did have an injury, Ben.
Didn't seem fit,
but he didn't look fit. He didn't look fit, and I would certainly take your point there. But where I would disagree with you, mate, I think he's the best finish you've had in years and years and years. Very difficult to argue with 73 goals and over 100 caps or something like that.
73 and 108.
I just think that's amazing.
We can all score goals against Moldova and Uruguay and anybody else. He doesn't turn up in the big games. The Euros, even back further than that, I remember the Croatia game of the World Cup. Him and Raheem Sterling single-handedly sent England home. It's atrocious. He can score goals against Wales or Montenegro or Andorra.
He scored goals in the Premier League against the best teams in the Premier League, 213 of them for Spurs. And Bayern Munich decided he was good enough for them to want him, and he scored 65 in 65 for them, which is not too shabby.
Bayern Munich also decided to bring some companies right for them. We'll say no more on that, should we?
Well, they're not doing too badly at the moment,
Doing
are
all
they?
right. Yeah. Who would you start then, Ben? Who would your number 9 be? Would it be Watkins, Tony? Who would it be?
It's on form. It'd have to be Tony, but he's not done it for long enough. He's not been on form. I would, it would Ollie Watkins or, and I know it's the same controversial, it'd have to be Marcus Rashford, because the way that England play in the counter-attack, and you want your striker to run in behind and get at defence, that's what you want. You don't want your striker 20 yards behind you trying to catch up or play.
Yeah, but I mean, at the weekend, that's the one thing Andorra didn't do. They didn't play with a high line at all. You know, and there'll only be maybe once or twice in that particular game that you'll be able to counter them. I think it suits England to play teams that can counter, but the problem they've got is beating teams like Andorra, where you've got, I'm saying problem, they will beat teams like Andorra, but you've got to have wide players to break the line and beat defenders.
Ben, thank you very much indeed for the call, mate. A couple of quick texts for you. Ryan says, if Jarrod Bowen was playing for one of the so-called top 4 teams, he would be the first name on that.
Do you know something?
Team sheet.
He might be, you know.
Yeah.
Which is a sad indictment. So what we're effectively saying is he's not getting a fair crack at the whip because he's at West Ham. That's what we're saying, is it?
Yeah. And Craig, who's an Arsenal fan, has texted as well, said, what's that Arsenal fan about? He says, Noni Madueke was England's best player on Saturday, and I think that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Sick of the hate towards him, and I would say he certainly never let England down when he's been in that England shirt. And yeah, he had some terrific times at Chelsea. You know, okay, he tapered off towards the end, but and George and stuff said, Rashford over Kane, is that last caller okay?
That's a fair point, isn't it?
Yeah,
we're not really taking Rashford through the middle.
Now, on Friday's show, Big Alan Brazil was alongside Gabby Agbonlahor and teased only around, 30 times or so that he'd be gathering information on why Daniel Levy has left his role as Spurs chairman. Have a listen.
Sunday, I've got a big summer barbecue down at Newsells, and the owner of the stud down there is a massive Tottenham fan, and he's one of the sort of vice presidents, so they'll know a lot more than me.
Have we spoke to him since that barbecue?
No. He wasn't very informative, though, was he?
No, he wasn't.
I thought he was going to tell us, who the next man through the door would be there.
Breaking news. Brazil goes for barbecue on a Sunday. Is that what that was?
Yeah. I mean, I think Big Al thinks that there could potentially be a return from Mauricio Pochettino. But that's not happening, is it? There's no return for anybody because Thomas Frank is in charge.
Not in the foreseeable future.
I think he'll do fantastically.
No chance. None at all.
For that.
Thomas Frank's just... I saw him actually... He did a lovely message for Natalie because it was Natalie's last show at the weekend. I think she's having a well-earned, well-deserved break at weekends, and I think one of the lads managed to get Thomas Frank to do a wee message, whether it was Instagram or TikTok, whatever it was, and he was great, man. And I think I do know Natalie was made up by it, so that was great.
Getting a lot of response to our last caller, Ben, wasn't it? Who said drop Kane for Rashford. Who's been on the mushrooms, says Toon.
But the only thing I would say, he did say it was slightly controversial, but it was more than slightly.
Again, we've got another one here saying Kane no good. Is that bloke for real? Hilarious. Give his head a wobble, and so on and so forth. So
70 odd goals for England.
I know,
record goal scorer. He's 65 and 65 for Bayern Munich. That is just.
It's astonishing.
That's the word to use. Astonishing. But I still think he would get more for England if they get deliveries in from wider areas earlier.
Sam agrees with Ben. He said, I completely agree with the caller. Kane is a penalty merchant and a tap-in merchant. I'd have Tony or Watkins starting over Kane any day. Now, I think Ivan Toney's an interesting call because he's out in Saudi at the moment.
Well, if he's not going to pick Bowen playing in West Ham, he's not going to pick, surely. I mean, I would suggest Jared Bowen.
Well, it's good enough for other countries. Cristiano Ronaldo still starts for Portugal.
Absolutely. I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. But what I'm saying is, if we're making the suggestion that Jared Bowen's not got a game because he's playing with West Ham, surely it fits that Tony will not got a game because he's playing in the Saudi League.
Yeah.
Whether that's the case or not. But I do take the point where I think I would level a little bit of criticism. They should try other number 9s.
Well, even under Gareth, we took people like Ivan Toney to the Euros and he barely got a sniff, which was disappointing because I think, certainly in that tournament, it looked like Harry Kane was carrying an injury.
It was playing nothing like to his full potential. And the two things I would have said about that campaign for England, two standout things for me was Palmer should have played more and Kane should have played less.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think though, you would argue that within that tournament, I would have said Palmer should have played more. Tony should have had an opportunity. Jared Bowen should have played more. Eberechi Eze should have played more as well. But it's easy to be wise after the end, and we did. We did reach the final. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. I enjoyed it, mate.
Loved it, mate.
This morning. Hope you have. I've got a room.
My phone's been going non-stop.
Yeah.
Have you got a bed for the night?
Yeah, I've got a bed for the night.
That cheers me up.
So I'm going to spend much of the day in it, I would say. What about you?
Excellent. I'm going to go back. I'm going to have an hour in my bed. I'm going to go to that gym. And I've got a couple of meetings. And I just said to you, one of my meetings is over near the Oval. So if I've got an hour, a couple of hours, I might nip in and watch a bit of cricket.
Lovely.
Because I believe they're playing, is it Worcestershire or Warwickshire? But I'm going to go and watch it anyway.
Going to leave you with a healthy dose of cynicism from Kelvin in Chichester. He said, offer Isak enough money, he'd probably swap nationalities.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.